jealousy. Je suis jealousy, the boss. Si jealousy. Dance, dance. Ye baba bubu kempumuro. Ye baba bubu kempumuro. Akalero kansonga. Akuyende mumudu ya chigoma. Sagala nyombo. Kubange ino sawa ya nombo. Bagambye sagala nyombo. Ino sawa ya chigiri. Mwama sembera. Mulamu basoba. Jangu tetale. Yasiri akoleka. Rekazile. Nenzina mu mama. Mulamu bakisera. Ando muziki zoli sana. Aruhu. Yaba. Aruhu. Easy. Aruhu. Easy. Aruhu. Are you gonna dance you? If I show you my money, are you gonna dance you? If I show you the way, are you gonna dance you? If I show you my pockets, baby, are you gonna dance you? If I show you my wallet, I will show you the money. Baby, dance from you. Baby, move from you. Don't go from you. I will show you the money. Baby, dance from you. Show me your body. Don't go from you. African, 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 baby. Ooh, yeah. See, African, 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 baby. I don't know, eh. The money too much, I'm dashing. You feeling my singing? Hide whatever you're thinking. Can't you see what I'm feeling? Legacy to Mumbai, the way you want your body, give me those eyes. Girl, I can follow you bumper to bumper. Girl, I can follow you bumper to fenders. Oh, baby, you're wise. Girl, I promise to be your defender. Girl, I could love you January to December. Girl, if them hates, tell them back to sender. Oh, baby, you're wise. Oh, baby, you're wise. Oh, baby, you make me grace. Oh, baby, you make me grace. Girl, I be loving you every day. Girl, I'm loving you every day. Let nothing come my way. Let nothing come my way. I want your body sleeping in my bed. I want your body sleeping in my bed. You got me going crazy. Oh, girl, I can't explain it. Your body's so insane. Oh, girl, I can't replace you. You got me going crazy. Oh, girl, I can't explain it. Your body's so insane. Oh, girl, I can't replace you.
DJ Magic Flows.
Balogun eleni, Wizzy eleni, Ogunmọ́lá eleni, Agbade eleni, Mashola eleni, Tinubu eleni, Ọ̀tẹ́gbọ́lá eleni, Wizzy eleni, Bana eleni, Baruwa eleni, Igimu eleni, Aluku eleni, Aliku eleni, Saraki eleni, Agbade eleni, Wizzy eleni. Oh, blessings follow me everywhere I go. I'm serving the living God. And everywhere I go, my people show me love. Just tell me the reason. And some people still try to badmouth me. Just tell me the reason. Shouldn't because God bless me every day. Just tell me the feeling. Oh, anytime I hear my song, they say I'm amazing. And the people them know say Wizzy baby bad and say I'm the baddest.
catch you, but did them have you know. I could say, on him that be feeling no. Lom never, but on me a bra. So me sa, ni India sa. But me ka, little yet here. Yes, yo. Baby, me stress to the day, yes, yo. Dance, make a dance on the dance floor. Put your hands in the air if you want more.
Baby, you go hug me, your love is sweet like UK.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
The best radio show.
in your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Only the best music. Welcome.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, it says Star Radio UK. It is the Wednesday edition. As we say here, I say Ekrole for those of you that have joined us from all over the world. And I say first and foremost to my producer back in the studio that is working tirelessly, Mr. Frank and Archie. My name is Olayomi Koiki. And we're back again on this edition of this fantastic program where we come in every Wednesday between the hours of 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Today's date is the most important day, the 9th of March 2022. We couldn't have done this without the support of each and every one of our listeners from around the globe that have been part of this beautiful program that come on air every Wednesday. This evening, it's all a celebration, a gallery. It is all about the focus on Nigeria. This evening, it's all about everything that has been going on in Nigeria and outside Nigeria as well. As we are on Star Radio UK, I welcome each and every one of you that have joined us, and those of you that are also following us on all our social media handle. I'll be telling you how you can also, follow Star Radio UK and what you need to know, and how you can also be part of this fantastic program that comes every Wednesday. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and this is Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And as we're transmitting from London, it is coming up to exactly 4 minutes past the hour. 6 p.m. precisely. What are we discussing tonight? We have quite a lot that we're discussing. We have quite a lot to talk about. The president of Nigeria, the Federal Republic, is currently in London having what we can call a medical trip that he has done not once, not twice. Is it right for a president of a country to take treatment in another country? All that will be part of the conversation tonight. But like I always say, on Star Radio UK, we tell you everything that you need to know. And that is the reason why you must be part of this program every Wednesday from all over the world where you're watching us. As we're getting ready, I will be getting my first track ready in just about a few minutes. For those of you that are watching us on all the other platforms, bear with us. You'll be getting the full screen in just about a few minutes. Star Radio UK, for those of you that are not aware, it is a program that comes live every Wednesday, between the hours of 6 p.m., like I said, up to 8 p.m. There's a lot in the table. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of conversation out there. But the most important thing is, for the benefit of those that are listening to us on all other devices all over the world, we welcome you. You can also follow Star Radio UK every Monday to Friday, where we give you all the latest news, what is happening in Nigeria, where I can tell you that it's been a very busy week, especially in the last almost 48 hours. And the reason for that is, I'll be telling you that. The reason is nothing more than that we have our own, again, this is Star Radio UK, every Wednesday, where we communicate to the world from the studio here in North London. So one thing I can say is, there is a lot of conversation out there. There is a lot of conversation. The 2023 election is coming. A lot of the self-determination groups are saying that I don't think it is about election again. It is all about to review whether elections should be conducted in Nigeria, or it is the time to review Nigeria itself. But one thing I can say is, if we really want, for those of us that believe that Nigeria is not going to be working again for us, we must also be sitting down tonight, because I have quite a lot to tell you. But for now, it's coming up to 7 minutes past 6 p.m. in London, where we are broadcasting from this evening. And as I say to you, it is something that of importance that we can still now confirm to the whole world that one man that was kept, in the dungeon of the Benin Republic for the last 7 months, the one and only, our own, our uncle, our father, a man of the people, we can only say that Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho has been released from Benin Republic, into a very better condition until we continue. This is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me get the first track ready. And the first track is something that, I remember when this video was shot, in Ibadan, sometime around last year. It was a very important video, that has now have about almost 18,000 views on the 18,000 view. Likewise on the Instagram. On the YouTube. But one thing about it is, freedom is very, very important. Freedom is what a lot of people are asking for. Even when you look at the situation currently happening in Ukraine, you will understand that freedom is what people want, and freedom all over the world is not free. Once again, it is 8 minutes past 6 p.m. on Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And I'd like to say welcome on board to those of you that have joined us on all our platforms from all over the world. Nigeria 2023 or restructuring, which one? Or a total conversation that says Nigeria will no longer work and the table is no longer holding itself. One thing a lot of people have been asking me is, are we going to see election in 2023? And my concern is, election that you might be thinking is going to happen has a lot of stakeholders. We have quite a lot of different stakeholders that are part of what we can call Nigeria today. And that is why we are saying that it is important that the world listen. The world also follow the conversation of those that are in demand of what we can call self-determination. Self-determination is not a crime. And that is something that we need to continue to tell, everyone. Self-determination is allowed. Self-determination is already something that so many people prefer rather than being part of a system that is not working. So if you are seeing those that are demanding that they want self-determination, like the Yorubas, the Biafrans, or the Igbo, or even the Hausa, it is nothing more than saying that, can we review Nigeria moving forward? Is a question. Like I said, we couldn't have done these without the support of the engineer, my producer, and all the team of Star Radio UK that are working tirelessly to make sure that we come on air every Wednesday. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Igboho, one of the freedom fighters, has now, we can confirm, been released. And that created what we can call a lot of conversation to different people around the globe. I'll be reading the statement that came out on behalf of Ilanomo Odua. But let's come back first to the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, is currently here in the United Kingdom. And the question is, good evening to those of you that have joined us so far from all over the world. Once again, it is important that when you look at a president of a country that decided that the best way, to get his own medical treatment is to travel down to United Kingdom. It's not the first time that President Muhammadu Buhari is coming to United Kingdom for his medical treatment. But the question I'm asking tonight is it allowed, is it okay that we can continue to have African leaders leaving the offshore of Africa to come down for what we can call a medical treatment? You wonder what has gone wrong, that we cannot eventually have Africans having a quality hospital in any African countries, and we can have African leaders traveling there. Could there be something wrong in 21st century that most of the African leaders would prefer to go to as far as Germany, as far as America, to get treatment? For how long can that continue? According to the media of President Muhammadu Buhari says, and he left Abuja on Sunday to United Kingdom for a 2 weeks medical treatment. And my question is, for how long should we continue to tolerate these in African countries? As I'm getting ready the first track of this evening, it is in our local language. For those of you that are from Kenya, South Africa, those of you that are not from Nigeria, but I'm sure you will be able to pick up a particular word from which say freedom, freedom, freedom. When we look at the English dictionary for a freedom, what does freedom mean to you? If I tell you freedom, what does it mean? Freedom means different things to different people. And freedom is very, very important. But let me give you the Oxford Dictionary of freedom. The power or the right to act. The power or the right to speak. The power or the right to think as one wants. The state of not being imprisoned or enslaved. That is the full meaning of freedom. So can we now say that in Nigeria today, looking at the geographical location of Nigeria, can we say that Nigeria has freedom, or Nigerians rather has freedom? And like we say, we saw that a man that wanted freedom for his people. I'm talking now about, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popular known as Sunday Igboho, that was almost assassinated in Nigeria on the 1st of July 2021. He escaped death from the Nigerian government that invaded his house in the middle of the night at around 1:30 a.m. This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And as we continue to tell the international community and the world that the definition of freedom is the power or the right to act. So when you look at, somebody like Chief Sunday Adeyemo, or somebody like Omoyele Sowore, or so many individuals like DJ Switch, that has now had to run away for our freedom. The power or the right to act, speak or think. Do we really want freedom in Nigeria? Do you guarantee that a freedom will come through an election in Nigeria? Do anybody believe that a freedom will be given to us in a democratic way in an election? Or is it time to review once again? This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's hear the first track of the evening. Like I said, freedom is it's not something that is given cheaply. It's not something that is given freely. But the question to those of you that are listening to us on Niger Voices on Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, is coming up to 17 minutes past 6 p.m. Do you have freedom at all? Can we say that most of the politicians in African countries have been a deceit to millions of their citizens? Because we've seen them saying that we will create a good healthcare system like Nigerian president, and he end up here in London for a medical treatment. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Last week, we were looking into the 2023 general election, and we were also talking about a restructuring. Which one first? Some even call me and say, I don't think that we should even talk about any of these two on the table presently, because we have a country that is currently fragile, with a lot of stakeholders saying that we must come back on the round table and decide who is a real Nigerian. Because all we can say is Nigeria that was created in 1914, that led to the independence in 1960, is not working, and it's not really working for the masses, the citizens. Once again, can we now say that we should also be talking more about the union that was put together, but that union has now become fragile? This is Niger Voices. Remember to use the hashtag Niger Voices, hashtag Star Radio UK. As we continue to review the countdown before the election, we can see that the APC, the PDP, and the third force are saying to Nigerians that we can still fix Nigeria and we can rectify the damage that has been done by some of the most corrupt politicians that you can ever think of. Can we say that the politicians that have deceived millions of people but are saying that give us one more chance? I'm aware that those of you that have been following us in the last 24 hours, that the link that we're going to be discussing as well later on during the program that was put out to yesterday, a lot of people are saying they can't access it. All I will say for now is let us be very, very patient. I'm sure those IT are working behind the scene. But let's come back again to the conversation here. Nigeria 2023. I'm going to be giving you the countdown to how many days before that election should the election even hold in the first place. According to the Star Radio UK time check here, we are now 338 days, 5 hours, 38 minutes, and the seconds goes down. I welcome each and every one of you. Like I said, we should all be patient on the link that was brought out yesterday for the 5 million petition. I'm aware that a lot of you have not been able to access it in the last couple of minutes or hours, or probably maybe about an hour, which I was also trying. But I would say that let us be a little bit patient and allow the team that are working behind that site to come out and tell us exactly what is going on. Let's focus on the conversation this evening. As we're saying that 338 days from today would determine the fate of millions of Nigerians and those that say we don't want to be known as Nigerians because Nigeria is not a country that worked, is a country that was put together in 1914. So the question then is, should the international community monitor, continue to review the situation in Nigeria, or should they just hide away and say nothing? I can still see that we still have millions of Nigerians that believe that election will solve the problem in Nigeria. I am not one of that. But we know that we have millions of Nigerians that believe that Nigeria can be rectified and fixed. But my question to them is, do you really believe that any of the political party, be it APC or PDP or the third force of Pat Utomi, Kingsley Moghalu, and the rest of them, could kind of, and even the former INEC chairman, Aitairu Jaga, that are trying to bring in a third force, or Omoyele Sowore, do you think that any of them can fix the damage that has been done in Nigeria for the last 60 years? Like I said, I can see all the comments regarding the website of www.ominirayoruba2022.org. Like I said, let us be patient and allow the team that are handling the situation to come and tell us exactly what has happened. It could be a traffic of the site. It could be that the site needs to be a bit more in terms of the bandwidth, which we discussed during the program yesterday. Maybe they have to increase it, because I could tell you that millions of Yorubas have been plugging into that website so that they can get the petition to the 5 million. I don't think the Nigerian government have pulled it down, so I wouldn't want us to think in that direction. Let me quickly pick some of your comment that is also coming through. Olatunji Awofeso says, right now, Nigeria is practicing a federal system. There is no genuine democracy in Nigeria. I think Nigeria is an outlaw state. Do you agree with Awofeso Olatunji on YouTube? Francis Bold says, end Nigeria now to save lives. And I totally agree, because in Lagos, we saw that a young girl was killed inside the Lagos public transport. Once again, it is still Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, where we are reporting from this evening. I want to read all your comments. Good evening to you, Mr. Idowu John, that is watching us on Star Radio UK. Olatunji Awofeso says, and I quote again, the international community will turn a blind eye. Could we now see that Ukraine situation, even the international community doesn't seem to be helping the citizens as much as Ukraine president Zelensky might want them to do. Depending on which side you are on the Ukraine. But we saw that the belief was that they will get the support from the friends and the allies. Once again, I am aware that the link that everyone has been told to go and sign the 5 million petition is currently not working. But does not mean that it has been pulled down. It could just be that they are putting out some maintenance work behind. Because if you think of it, 5 million is a big number, and that means the website has been continuously being hit in terms of people trying to get that as quickly as possible since yesterday night, when Professor Banji Akintoye came out to say. Before we move forward again, for the benefit of those of you that must have come across the video of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, but let us first give that Ilana Omo Odua gave us the press statement in the last 72 hours or thereabout, when Chief Sunday Igboho was released to the hands of Professor Banji Akintoye. And this was a statement that came out 2 days ago. And I read, once again, this is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Is called Niger Voices. 2 days ago, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, that has been put into Benin Republic custody for almost 7 months, was now somebody that we can say is no longer in that custody. And this is a press statement. Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo Igboho released to Yoruba leader Professor Banji Akintoye and the French language expert Professor Adeniran by the Benin Republic government on Monday, 7th March 2022. Yoruba Nation activist Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, has been released by the government of Benin Republic. The activist was released Monday, 2 days ago. A Yoruba leader and the leader of the umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination groups, Ilana Omo Odua worldwide, Professor Banji Akintoye, and a French language expert, Deputy Alano of Ilana Omo Odua worldwide, Professor Wale Adeniran. In a statement signed by the Communication Secretary of Ilana Omo Odua, Maxwell Adeleye, Akintoye described the release of Igboho as a triumph of truth over darkness in Yoruba land. And since the last 48 hours, there have been excitement, there have been jubilation across the globe for the release of Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. A lot of Yoruba were excited. A lot of Yoruba was happy to see that an innocent man that was pinned down on his way to Germany because the Nigerian government wanted it to be so. My question again is, as we continue to review 2023 election, restructuring Nigeria, which one first? Should we say that a restructuring of Nigeria can still be done today? Or should we say that it is too late to restructure Nigeria, we should just continue with another election in 2023? Or those that are now demanding that they do not want to be part of Nigeria and they want their own nation? My name is Olayomi Koiki, and this is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's just coming up to 6:30 p.m. I welcome you all as you're joining us. Again, let's listen back to that track that I played earlier. What do we understand by freedom according to the English dictionary? According to the English dictionary, freedom is something that we can say the power or the right to act, the power or the right to speak, the power or the right to think as one wants. Can we say that we have freedom in Nigeria in the last almost 20 years of democracy. Once again, it is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. The time is exactly 6:30 p.m. as we continue with the program. Can Nigerians say that they have freedom? Let's get some of your comments. We welcome you as you're joining. Let's hear the music again. Do you know that the freedom that people enjoy around the world is not the same freedom that people enjoy in Nigeria? Can we now say that our brother, our uncle, our father that was killed, I'm talking about Kokoro, it was killed in Oyo State by what we can call the criminal element that also worked for the state governor in Oyo State, known as Alhaji Mukaila, aka Auxiliary, that decided to create mayhem on another individual. And as we speak right now, we can say that Kokoro has been buried, according to the family, without a head. Do you understand the word freedom? Like I said, we are aware of the link to the petition. Let us remain patient while the team are working behind the scene. Again, Mr. Olatunji Awofeso says, freedom is where you can't exercise your fundamental human rights in Nigeria. Do you know that even Amnesty International, according to a report coming out, the one in Nigeria is now also compromising? Are you aware of that? Because our brother David, I'm not talking about Davido, because I know Davido was in O2. I'm talking about David Odonye. David Odonye is the 2020 People Journalist Prize Award winner for Africa. In one of his articles that I read, but before I go there, on the Twitter handle of David Odonye, some 28 minutes ago, this is what he said. I'm sure a lot of you remember Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the former military dictator of Nigeria, the genius that decided to kill so many innocent Nigerians, the genius that decided to break down the 1993 freest election that we can ever think of in Nigeria. This is what David Odonye has to say. Even Ibrahim Babangida, the notorious kleptocrat and the architect of the 40% of Nigerians' current systemic problem, was competent enough to position Nigeria to benefit from the Gulf oil windfall. According to him, the oil price today in the international trade market is coming up to about $130 per barrel today. Nigeria cannot benefit from it. A lot of Nigerians today cannot even access what we can call diesel. Diesel in Nigeria today is selling for 600 naira. Petrol in Nigeria today is selling for 300 naira per liter. There was a fire explosion in Idioro at a mobile petrol station. You can watch the video of that on our Facebook page. We're still talking about freedom. According to David Odonye, one of the articles that I read, do you know that even the Amnesty International in Nigeria is now working against the people? And the question is, can we ever get freedom? Like I said, let us remain patient on the Ominira Yoruba 2022.org website that I'm also aware that it's currently down, but does not mean that some kind of pranky has been done on it. Amnesty International, as we all know, is meant to fight for the human right of the people. But it seems the Amnesty International in Nigeria is now compromised. According to Ebo Emako on the same Twitter handle under David Odoye, he says, and I quote, "It has been almost 5 days since one of the person working for Amnesty International, the CD of Amnesty International in Nigeria, was fingered with bed mating with Nigerian government and security agency. Can we say that the system is corrupt as well with Amnesty International in Nigeria that is meant to be fighting for the freedom of the people? If we now have Amnesty International Nigeria that is bedmating with Nigerian government, a Nigerian government that decided to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him back to Nigeria, a Nigerian government that is not working, a Nigerian government that has literally made it very, very difficult for millions of Nigerians. This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's coming up to 18:37 p.m. here in London, where we are reporting from. Like I said, and I quote, I am aware that the link is currently down, but I'm sure they are working behind the scene. You need to read that article of David Odoye. David Odoye has been done or said not even a statement from her or Amnesty. Could we now say that Amnesty International in Nigeria is also as corrupt as the Nigerian system? Once again, should we all be concerned that the people that is meant to stand for the truth of Nigerians have now also compromised? Remember that we have so many incompetent people working with the current government. As we speak right now, according to the information coming out of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari did not officially hand over to the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, according to the Senate. So can we now say that President Muhammadu Buhari is still running Nigeria from his bed in here in UK while he's taking his medical treatment? Do we have freedom in Nigeria? Like I said, I am aware, just like millions of you all over the world, that have been trying to access the website www.ominirayoruba2022.org that was officially released yesterday, and I'm sure that there's a work that must have been going behind the scene, and as soon as we have more information, I'll be giving it to you. Who remember Itunu? Itunu was also a 21-year-old girl that was asking for the help and the support of the Nigerian government for more than 6 months in Cote d'Ivoire until she was eventually killed by the Cote d'Ivoire government, just the same African country. According to this headline, Abike Dabiri, the snake, and Itunu, the fish. Now you understand. This is by David Odoye. Abike Dabiri is the chairman and the CEO of NIPCON, one of also the ally of the APC, also one of those that is as incompetent as you can think of, not even putting in as the context of a mother that should be concerned. Rather, she was not concerned until Itunu was killed in Cote d'Ivoire. Can we say that Amnesty International, that is also meant to be for the people, is no longer with the people? The question then is Nigeria going to survive before 2020? Is Nigeria really going to survive? This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's coming up to 18:40 as we continue to review everything about Nigeria. And I say thank you very much to my producer that is working tirelessly behind the scene. Nigeria 2023 restructuring, what do you think on that? We review everything about Nigeria as we continue to say to those back home that you need to think that freedom, according to English dictionary, freedom, the power or the right to act. Freedom, the power or the right to speak. Freedom, the power or the right to think as one wants. The state of not being imprisoned or enslaved. We have a lot of people that are already enslaved in Nigeria because their freedom has been, affected. Once again, like I said, we are aware of the link that could have been used for the petition is currently down. But I'm sure they are working behind it and there should not be any concern at all. Again, Olatunji Officer says, I think Nigeria will still exist, but the suffering will continue. That is the honest truth. Do you agree with that? That Nigeria will still exist, but there will be a lot of suffering and killings. Do you know that in Kebbi State yesterday, 62 innocent Nigerians were killed by the terrorists? And as we speak right now, not even a single press statement from the federal government of Nigeria. Can we now say that the government is no longer interested in the lives of Nigerians? A young girl boarded what we can call the bus rapid transit system in Lagos. Just for the benefit of those who that do not understand, it's like me hopping on the London bus from my end going out somewhere and eventually was killed by the driver. That took place in Nigeria, in Lagos State precisely, where the Lagos State governor must be held responsible for the death of the young girl called Olayomi. She boarded the vehicle. She was concerned because she was the only one in the vehicle. She decided to sit all the way through the back. She was chatting one of her friends. Maybe she could have raised the alarm a little bit more. But may her soul rest in peace. Do you remember Pelumi Onifade, a 21-year-old boy that was killed by, again, one of the most fraudulent, corrupt politicians in Southwest during the NSAS? Do you know that as we speak right now, there is no justice at all that has been given to those that committed the murder of those that died during the NSAS in 2020? Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, must be held responsible for the innocent death of millions of people under his watch. He is the chief security of the state, just like any other one. Do you know that in Lafenwa, in Ogun State, the terrorists decided to throw in a fire arsenal into the market just because of 300 naira? What is really going on in Nigeria is the question. Is Nigeria under pressure? Is Nigeria able to cope with all this situation that 62 innocent Nigerians were killed in Kebbi State? And as I speak right now, nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to be interested. Can we now say that Raskimono was right, that not just Nigeria, Africa itself is under pressure? Under pressure, under pressure. Like I said, I am aware that the link that gives us the Ominira Yoruba 2022.org is currently down, but I'm sure the technical team are working behind the scene. Can we say now that it is not just Africa? 62 innocent Nigerians were killed, they are vigilante, by the terrorist group in Kebbi State. And as we speak right now, the president of Nigeria is currently in London on a medical trip. The wife is in Dubai. We haven't had a single word from the acting president that was not communicated to the Senate. What is going on in Nigeria? You would expect that when Raskimono was singing Under Pressure, just maybe things will be better. Like I said, they are working on the link. So we should not have any, again, like I said, there's a confirmation. The link is currently being worked on. There's no cause for alarm. Nobody around the world can stop a movement. Nobody around the world can stop people that want self-determination. It is our right. There's nothing to be worried about. Not even the Nigerian federal government can unplug or pull down the website for Ominira Yoruba 2022.org. It's currently being reviewed, and I'm sure it is going to be back up and running very, very soon. I give a shout out to my family. I say good evening to them watching, and I say good evening to all our friends around the world from wherever you're joining us. I say good evening to you and welcome to Naija Voices on Star Radio UK. You can catch me here on Star Radio UK in the evening of Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But every Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. I'm with Archie and Frank with all other our guests discussing everything about Nigeria. But for now, let's come back to Under Pressure. If you have seen any video of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, that was officially uploaded on his own Instagram handle. Very soon, he will be speaking directly to each and every one of us. But for now, Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho has not, and I can confirm, granted any interview secretly outside, known or unknown, to any media outlet. And that video was not something that was done in secretly. That video was officially uploaded on his page, and he was aware when that video was being done on him. Somebody said Nigeria is a jungle. Do you think that Nigeria is a jungle? Why is it that Nigerians have been subjected to human rights abuses? Even those that are meant to be part of it. Once again, this is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, as we continue to review everything about what is going on in Nigeria. The question is, we are aware of the link that is down, but I can assure you that it is being done, that it's going to be looked up to quickly, and I'm sure it's going to be up and running. We're not as well saying that the link is finally gone, so let us not be concerned too much. Like I said, is Nigeria under a kind of pressure? That is Raskimono, and let's continue with that. Once again, a very good evening to those of you that are watching us from around the globe. Welcome to Star Radio UK. As we speak right now, the situation happening in Russia and Ukraine is also having a big impact, not just around the globe, as more businesses are closing their businesses outlet in Russia, as more sanction is against Russia, and the situation doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. But I can tell you that the wheat coming into Nigeria from Russia is going to go a little bit slower, so you might want to stock up a little bit, because we don't know how long the war in Russia and Ukraine is going to lead to. As we are going into the second part of this program in just about 11 minutes, I welcome you as you're joining us. This is Star Radio UK. Like I said, Chief Sunday Adeyemo is now officially out of the custody of Benin Republic, where he is at the moment. And I can say we continue to give you all the updates right here on Star Radio UK on Naija Voices. If you have come across one of the video that you must have seen on any other social media handles, any other online bloggers, that video was not secretly recorded. That video was recorded for the purpose of each and every one of you, just to have a glimpse of what it looks like after 7 months. For how long do we have to continue to be under pressure? That is the question that African leaders continue to take medical leave outside the domain of Africa. President Muhammadu Buhari is here, and like I say, yes, according again to Mr. Olatunji Awofesa says, Russia crude oil and gas exploitation was banned by the U.S. government. Wow. Are we going to see an increase in our gas in our home in Europe, or do you think that we can still manage the crisis that is now having a big impact, not just only in Russia, Ukraine? I might be experiencing more in my gas price in the next couple of weeks, as we do know that the majority of the gas that is meant to be coming from Russia might probably be having a big impact on my home, your home, and those of you that are listening to us. Wheat is also having a big impact around the world. Maybe you must start stocking up a little bit, especially those of us outside Nigeria. No money in the pocket, no money anywhere, as Nigerians continue to ask the question. The inflation is rising as quickly as possible. Nigerians are asking the question, do we really going to survive the situation that we're experiencing as we speak right now? Let's come back again to the conversation. Quite a lot is happening around the world. There's so much killings. Let's go to the southeast of Nigeria. The military have decided to continue to commit what we can call genocide inside Nigeria in the southeast of the country. I'm going to be also giving you some of the news about the situation in Ukraine and Russia. As we know right now, according to Reuters, radioactive substance could be released from Ukraine Komoba nuclear power plant because it cannot cool spent nuclear fuel after its power connection was severe. Ukraine state-run nuclear company Engoton have said, we have to be very, very concerned, especially with the situation that is happening in Ukraine and Russia. Again, let me quickly give you some of the headlines from the router this evening. Russia faces deepening isolation and economic turmoil as it continues to eat with an era of sanctions that effectively cut off Moscow major financial institution from the Western market. Do you think that Russia will be able to survive with all these sanctions? Again, this is the time for the Yoruba land and the Nigerian to embark on a large-scale agricultural program. Do you still think that Nigeria will survive the current situation? I'm still giving you some of the headline from Reuters. According to German says, any MiG 29 decision must be made to avoid war spillover. Remember that I think it's Poland that is trying to offer some of their fighter jets to, I think, the Americans. Could we see that this war that is currently taking place might explode beyond Ukraine and Russia? Let me read some of your comments. Good evening to you, Dr. Benjamin. Good evening to you, Idiyatu Moriamo. Good evening to those of you, Julius Tosin. Good evening to you, Okay Kayode. Good evening to you, Adekunle Alabi. Like I said, we are aware of the current situation with the link that is meant to be operating, but for now, that link is not working. Again, I am aware of that. The link is not suspended. There's nothing to be concerned about. It is just probably been reviewed because of the traffic of people trying to access it. So if you have just gone on that link, don't be so much concerned. I'm sure the link will be up and running again. Nigeria will be warned for if the countries, US and other European countries, will depend for crude oil. We will not allow them take our resources easily till they come to the terms with our demand. So are we now saying that we would have a situation where the international community, as we know right now, the continuation that is happening in the war against Russia and Ukraine, the crude oil is gone up to $130 per barrel. Nigeria still remain number 6. We would need a lot of those crude oil to be exported out. Is that going to be the reason why we should keep Nigeria for the benefit of those that are not Nigerians? Or we should discuss the indigenous people that are saying that they do not want to be part of Nigeria? What is your take on that? Also, South Korea conservative presidential candidate Yoon is projected to win the election in the KBS. We're just giving you some of the global news in just about 2 minutes to 3 minutes before we start getting ready for the second part of this program. Good evening to you, Kelly Okoji. Good evening to everyone that have joined us. Around a dozen Russian aircraft are now stranded in Switzerland. Wow. Remember that the airspace has been closed for Russian aircraft. So that means we now have more of the Russian aircraft stranded in Switzerland. Do you think that the war that is currently going on is going to spill over. I'm also looking at the report here from Again Router. Sudanese protests face tear gas at International Women's Day. You would expect that the International Women's Day should be a very peaceful one, but it doesn't seem to be going very well in Sudan. German won't send warplane to Ukraine. Do you think that the war is going to spill over and we might see more countries fighting each other in the next couple of weeks? Do you think that there will be a truce? Once again, it is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, as we continue to review everything that you want to know in not just Nigeria, everything you need to know as well outside Nigeria. My name is Olayomi Koiki. This is Star Radio UK. It's coming up to 4 minutes before 7 p.m. And like I said, we are aware of the link that a lot of you have been trying to sign, but you can't get through because it's not working. Once again, every Wednesday you will join me here. I would like to appreciate my producer, Mr. Frank and Archie, that have been making it very, very possible for us to be on air every Wednesday between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. My question to all our listeners from around the world this evening is, do you think that the situation in Nigeria, as we know, like I said, I'm aware, just as everybody's aware, that the link is not suspended. The link is probably down, and I'm sure they will be working on it. There's no cause for alarm. A self-determination is allowed. No one all over the world can stop a self-determination. Self-determination is not a crime. Self-determination is not something that we need to be concerned about. It is allowed, and nobody can stop the self-determination of people that decide that they do not want to be part of a system that does not work for them. Ominira Yoruba 2022.org is a site that has been told us that we have been told to go and sign the petition, so that we can get 5 million. But I know that a lot of people are saying that the account has been suspended, but I'm sure they are working on it. So let us not be concerned too much. I'm sure it will be back on very soon. I can say the same thing that you're saying, so we shouldn't be concerned at all. Once again, Nigeria is a total disgrace to humanity. This is coming from Julius Tosin. Those of you that are very, very concerned about the website being suspended, like I said, let us remain very, very patient. I'm sure the team that are working behind the scene will look into it, rectify it, and it will be up and running as quickly as possible. So there's no cause for alarm. So like I said, the situation of the situation regarding the link is something that I'm aware of. So let us all also remain very, very patient. Lolo say no voting in 2023. We are just about some minutes before we go into the second part of this program. Like I said, Chief Sunday Igboho has been released, and I'm sure some of you must have seen the video that came out. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Like I said, there is no cause for alarm with our website www.ominirayoruba2022.org. It's been looked into. I can assure you that there's a lot of messages that I've also heard about from the media. So like I said, I'm just getting the message here being fed to me that the message that have come from Mrs. Abiola Onitiri says that they are trying to upgrade that particular website because of the amount of traffic that is coming through. Good evening to you, Mrs. Ojora Elizabeth says, yes, we can do it. Our Yoruba Nation now. So if you have been able to be following the link and it's not opening, there is no cause for alarm. All we are saying right now on Star Radio UK Niger Voices is, according to one of the media presenter that I'm just listening to said, and I quote, that they've been able to speak to, Mrs. Abiola Onitiri, and everything is being done so that they can upgrade that particular site, because the traffic that has been traveling into that site is very, very heavy. And you can imagine that millions of Yorubas that are tired of being part of Nigeria really wants to go. So the second part of this conversation is the self-determination. So like I said, the message that is being said is there's an upgrade going on our website, www.ominirayoruba2022.org. There's no need, there's no cost. We should all remain calm. There's no cause for alarm. It's just an upgrade that is currently going on, and it will be resolved as quickly as possible. So if you're watching me right now, please also tell somebody to tell somebody that there's no cost of the traffic. The website is currently going under under a serious upgrade because of the traffic that is traveling through that particular website. Once again, if you have just joined us from all over the world and you're wondering what happened to the site that was launched yesterday for the Yoruba people to demand 5 million petition, I can tell you, according to information reaching me on my desk right now on Star Radio UK Niger Voices, that website is currently undergoing work, and it will be back on very soon. It will be back very soon. So we're just putting Ominira Yoruba that has been launched yesterday is not something that we should be concerned about. We should all just remain patient. That is going through a serious upgrade because of the amount of people that have been trying to access that website. So they have to upgrade it, so that it can take more people. So that is actually what is going on. So the website is currently going under an upgrade, and there's nothing to be concerned about. My name is Olayomi Koiki. I can only do this without, I can't do this without our listeners from different parts of the globe, whether you're listening in Belgium, in South Africa, in Togo, in Niger, in the northern part of Nigeria. Wherever you are listening, just remember that Ominira Yoruba 2022 website is currently going under a serious upgrade because of the traffic of people that are trying to access it. So there's no cause for alarm. There's no reason for us to be panicked. Yes, it could say that it's been suspended. It hasn't been suspended officially. It is just that it's going through a serious upgrade. That is all you need to know. And like I said, this is a Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, where we are giving you the latest update as we speak right now. So there's nothing for us to be concerned about. There's no cause for alarm. Like I said, Ominira Yoruba 2022 website is currently going under an upgrade. So we will continue to say as soon as it's back on, we need that 5 million as quickly as possible. So make sure you are also putting that 5 million out so that we can be able to tell the international community that we are not going to be interested in part of Nigeria 2023 election, because that election anyway has continued to be on a fraudulent 1999 constitution. I'd like to say thank you very much once again. Tomorrow you can also join the property hour. Again, the information that has reached me on my desk here on Star Radio UK this evening is the website ominirayoruba2022.org is currently going under upgrade, and we shouldn't have any reason to be. It's not yet officially suspended. It's not like the Nigerian government has attacked it. It is just going through an upgrade, and there's no reason for us to get panicked. There's no reason for us to be scared. There's no reason for us to think that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has now decided that they will take it down. It has got nothing to do with that. It is just that it needs a proper upgrade. Nothing more than that. So if you're watching me right now, that is the message you should be passing on, rather than creating scaremongering to everyone around the globe. So there's no reason for us to be scared. There's no reason for us to be panicked. Ominira Yoruba website is currently going under an upgrade due to the problem of the traffic of people trying to access the site. So that's all I can say, and then we're going to continue with the next conversation, which is looking into the self-determination. So what do we think will happen before 2023? What do you think is going to take place before 2023 election? As more people have been aware of a movement, whether from the Biafra, whether from the Middle Belt, whether from those that still even believe in one Nigeria, but there is a movement out there, and that movement is for those that believe that Nigeria is no longer holding together, and it is time that we wind down Nigeria officially. So like I said, Ominira website is currently going under an upgrade. They will be back very, very soon. There is no cause for alarm, and do not put panic to the heart and minds of millions of people out there. That's all I can say for now. So once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki. I say good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Once again, a very good evening. As we say, that Star Radio UK, we say good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. As we say always, it is 7 minutes past 7 p.m. And I say that the Yorubas are demanding that the Nigeria that we have and the Nigeria that we've been together, it is time that we let Nigeria go so that we can have a better opportunity, rather than being part of a system that has failed millions of people in the last 61 years. When I ask the question, what has been the benefit of Nigeria to you? How can you answer that? Like I said, if I said to you today, what is the benefit of Nigeria? What will you say? Will you say that Nigeria has been of benefit to you? Star Radio UK is where we come in every Wednesday for Niger Voices. Do you think that Nigeria will survive before 2023? Do you think that Nigeria will survive before 2023 is the question. Why is the Nigerian government killing millions of those in the southeast? Why do you think so? What is going on with the amount of killings that is happening in the southern part of Nigeria? A very good evening to you, to each and every one of you. Like I said, we should not put any alarm out there, any false alarm. We should not be panicked. The website is going under an upgrade, and it will be back according to Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola, that one of our media have already spoken to, that have listened to the audio right here from the studio. Like I said, there's no cause for alarm. It is one of the programs that comes every Wednesday where we discuss everything. Everything that has impact on just Nigerians, but also those that do not longer believe in Nigeria. So this second segment goes to those that believe that we should come on a round table and discuss the issue affecting every single one of us. But it doesn't seem that some want that to happen. Some believe that, according to the politicians, that we shouldn't have a conversation, a dialogue, to decide the fate of millions of Nigerians. And that is why I am now asking the question, can we also think that we will be able to leave Nigeria peacefully? Do you think that Nigeria, as it is, as it stands today, we would allow us to go without having a clash? Do you think that Nigeria of today will give room for negotiation so that there will be a peaceful exit for everybody? Once again, I say good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. Do you believe that Nigeria will allow us to go without any kind of crisis, even in the midst of trying to leave Nigeria in a peaceful way? The Yorubas are shouting that we do not want to be part of Nigeria anymore. The Igbo are shouting that they do not want to be part of Nigeria anymore. The Middle Belt, almost every part of Nigeria is going into what we can call a crisis. As we speak right now, millions of Nigerians are currently out of school because the university are currently still on strike. Should we be concerned that in the next 334 days, things will become heat up? Do you think that the APC, the PDP, or the third force, or the self-determination, who should we be listening to at this particular present time of Nigeria? Who should the international community be listening to? Because everybody is a stakeholder of Nigeria. Dr. Benjamin said, I doubt it considering how entitled the northern elites are. They talk as though Nigeria is indivisible. Do you agree with Dr. Benjamin? A very good evening to you. Alakabola says, well done, Yoruba nation not going back. Lolo said, no to voting 2023, no to Showore, Yoruba nation now. Showore should team up with the Yoruba nation agitators and become a leader in the Yoruba land. Do you agree with him? Do you think that Showore will be given opportunity to rule Nigeria? Do you think that Kingsley Mangalu will be given opportunity to rule Nigeria? Do you think that the APC, the PDP will come back and rule Nigeria? Or do you think that it is time that we hang the boot and determine our fate for a new nation to be birthed? My belief, as I personally say all the time, this is my own personal view, not the view of Star Radio UK. I believe that it is time that Nigeria should be disintegrated peacefully, because the center is no longer holding. Nigeria was created in 1914, and it is time that we let it go. Lolo says, and I quote again, Nigeria will never allow negotiations. We need to get our freedom no matter what it takes. Hashtag Yoruba Nation now. Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will be released before 2023? Because the impression everybody had was Chief Sunday Igboho would not be released before the election in 2023. But we can confirm that he has now been released to the hands of Professor Banji Akintoye and and his deputy, Professor Adeniran in Benin Republic. Mrs. Grace Dada said Yoruba Nation is the only solution. Do you agree with her? Okay, Kayode said the movement is ordained by Allah. Nobody can hold it back. Yoruba Nation now. So what happened to the Yoruba politicians? How do you convince them? How do you tell the Yoruba politicians that still want to contest under APC that there's no room for that anymore? Let me read some of your comments as we continue to monitor all those comments on all the platforms. And this is Star Radio UK, and we're getting ready the next track for those of us that love Ominira. It's going to be in our language, but I'm sure for those that are not from Nigeria, that listen to Star Radio UK, Niger Voices, I'm sure you would enjoy it when we get it up and running. It's called Orile Demi. Orile Demi literally means my own nation. This time next year, where do you think Nigeria will be? Do we still gonna have a one Nigeria? Do we gonna have a Yoruba nation, a Biafra nation, or will there be crisis in Nigeria? Are you concerned? A referendum is the only way, just as the United Kingdom decided to opt out of the European Union without any crisis. Kazim Monsuru, good evening to you. Let's hear a bit of Orire Demi by Janet. Once again, I say good evening and welcome to each and every one of us that have joined from different parts of the globe. The time check on my clock here is exactly 15 minutes past 7 p.m. This show comes live every Wednesday between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Once again, to my producer back in the studio that are working tirelessly, if you have just joined us and you cannot access www.ominirayoruba2022.org, I can tell you that work is being done. Julius Tosin said Yoruba politicians will never ever follow Yoruba nation easily unless if we can make it hard. How do we make it hard? How do we convince the Yoruba politicians that we, the Yorubas, want out of Nigeria. Let's hear this from Janet, our Orile Demi. A very good evening to you, Mr. Odekoya Kunle. Good evening to you, Ms. Gold says self-determination is the only way. A referendum will give us a better opportunity. Mrs. Bosse Amza say Nigeria needs to break as it's too big to run for one person. Do you agree with her? The message website tí wọ́n ní ká lọ máa tọwọ́ bọ̀ tán pè ní www.ominirayoruba2022.org àti bá ìyá wa Mrs. Modupe Ọlá Onítìrí Abíọ́lá ìtọ́níkà sọ fún gbogbo wa ni pé wọ́n upgrade lọ́wọ́ ni nítorí pé èrò tó ń lọ síbẹ̀ láti lọ bọwọ́ lu petition tọ́níkà bọwọ́ lù ìdí tó fà á nìyẹn tí petition yẹn tí kò tí wá sí ojú ìran yín nígbà tẹ́ bá lọ sórí website yẹn tẹ́ bá lọ sórí website yẹn nísìnyí www.ominirayoruba2022.org ló ń wà upgraded ó máa padà láìpẹ́ yìí. That is the message that we can tell you. Let's go back again to the music. And that is the music that we continue to say to those that do not understand it. It's all talking about Orile Demi. Like I said, a very good evening to you all the way in Abeokuta, Adeosun, Timothy. Good evening again, once again to my Dr. Benjamin says, revolution or referendum, it is up to the politician to decide. Once again, as we say, we do apologize. Okay, we probably okay. Okay. Um, Okay, once again, a very good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. As we continue to say, we appreciate those of you that have been with us. We're sorry for that short, interlude there earlier on, but we are back on again now, and I can assure you that, we're good to go. Once again, to the benefit of those that are watching us from different platforms, I can now officially confirm that the website is back on again. The website earlier went down, but it is now back, as I can confirm that to those of you that are watching us from all the platforms. Once again, a very good evening to each and every one of us all over the world, as we continue to say, those of us that want a self-determination, which is a right and a duty, it is not a crime, to demand a self-determination. So we should not be of any concern at all, because we do know that self-determination is not a crime. So we are just some 40 minutes away. I'd like to appreciate my producer that are working tirelessly, to make sure that we continue, to give you the latest news on Niger Voices. So one thing we got to tell you all the time is, this is Star Radio UK. This is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And this is how we do it every Wednesday when we look into all the issues and the problems, across the globe. So as we're going to be moving forward swiftly, because we lost a bit of our time there, I can confirm from the information that I have here that the website that we were discussing earlier, the Ominira, from what I'm getting here, seems to have been back, from the, a bit of what we can say, people could not access it earlier on, but I can tell you now that, that website is back. So let's check it again for the benefit of our listeners that are watching us and following the conversation, that ominirayoruba.org, ominirayoruba2022.org, which is a site that has been put up, for millions of Yorubas, is now officially back. So that is the most important thing now, and we got to be grateful to those that are working extremely hard, behind the scene to make it possible. So just bear with us. Like we say, quite a lot of conversation. Like I said, if you're watching us right now, Ominira Yoruba, the website is now officially back on. It went down for about an hour due to a lot of upgrade on it, but I can now confirm that it is now officially back. So we are just going to quickly see if we can give you a screenshot through the background in just about a few minutes, as the engineer are working tirelessly. Thank you very much to those of you that are listening to us on the MixLR. Quite a very busy week. Chief Sunday Igboho was released. We also have, the petition that was launched yesterday. Today is Wednesday. We're also on Niger Voices. So you can see that, we've been working tirelessly in the last 72 hours to make sure that each and every one of you have access to all the information that we need to give you. Thank you very much also to those of you on the Instagram that are also following us as well. But like I said, quite a lot of conversation, quite a lot to discuss. But let me first quickly give us the website, www.ominirayoruba, all one word, 2022.org. So the engineer will have that on the background in just about a few minutes, which is going to pop up now. So remember, all you need to do, go there and sign that petition. Very, very important. As you can see there, it's coming up. Thank you very much to the engineer that are working. So that is how the petition page looks like. So all you need to do when you eventually have access to that petition, you need to scroll down, put in your details. What are the details that you're going to be putting there? You put in your full name. The email address is optional. So you don't literally have to put in an email address. All you need to do is just to say that, you have email address or not. If you don't have an email address, does not mean that you cannot have access to the website. Does not mean that you will not be able to put in your own details as well. So it is not as that. All you need to do is put in your email address if you have one. If you don't have any email address, that still doesn't mean that you cannot access the Ominira Yoruba 2022.org. After that, you put in your telephone number with the code of the country that you are currently living. Like an example, I live here in United Kingdom, so that means that I will be putting in +4475 9405079. So that will be the number that I will be adding, to that particular section that is demanding, the telephone number. If you are in Yoruba land or in Nigeria, as you want to call it, you remember to put the prefix +234, which is very, very important, as well. So make sure, you put the prefix as well. Also, you then go to the next one, which is gender, whether you are male or female. So what you need to do is to put in, your gender. If you're a male, you put a male. If you're female, you put a female as well. So that as well is what you need to do. Like I said, yes, the website was down, for some few hours, but that website is now back up and running. Once again, this is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, where we've been reporting, in the last 1.5 hours. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm your presenter this evening, driving you home every Wednesday. So what you need to do, what we need to do is to also remember to share, this particular message with everyone that needs to know. We need to tell the world, that we want to live Nigeria peacefully. We do not want any bloodshed, and part of that system is what we are doing right now, is to tell the international community that the Yorubas that are part of Nigeria do not want to be part of Nigeria anymore, and that is part of the reason why you need to sign this petition. It is very, very important that every sons and daughters of Yoruba sign this petition as quickly as possible. So you now go to the age. All you need to do is you have to be 18 plus before you can, you can sign this particular petition. So if you are not 18, you will not be able to sign it. You put in your state of origin. I am from Ogun State as an example. So that means that I will put in Ogun State as the state that I am from. So if you're from Lagos State, you put in Lagos State. If you're from Osun State, you put Osun State. If you're from Kwara State, you put Kwara State. If you're from Kogi State, you put Kogi State. From wherever you are, you put in each of the state as well. So it doesn't matter which state you are. This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're not taking any calls at this particular junction. If you have to call us, please do call after the program. We're live currently on Star Radio UK. So this comes up every Wednesday between the hours of 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So as we continue to have a conversation around this Ominira Yoruba, all we can say currently now is the site is back. There's no cause for alarm. The site wasn't brought down for purpose. It was brought down because they needed an upgrade in terms of the numbers of people that were flocking, to get their own, to get their own names also included in this particular history of the Yoruba people. So if you have just joined me, we are now at 7:30, the 9th of March 2022. We have to continue to be grateful that Chief Sunday Igboho is now out. The question a lot of people are still also asking is, what next? What next is the petition. There's no concern of where Igboho is. There's no concern of what kind of release has been given to Igboho. There's no concern apart from us to pray for him and his family that he has left for the last 7 months. But he's back now, and that should be our only concern, that Igboho is back officially, and we should be grateful for that, those that have worked tirelessly for his release. So now also, as we continue to say, that the Yorubas that wants to leave Nigeria, we have been asked to go and sign a petition, which is what we are now discussing at this particular time as well. To pray for the family of the young girl that was killed in Lagos State, riding on the Lagos public transport. So if you're traveling to Nigeria, please do not travel on any Lagos State transport, because most of those are not secured. Most of those are not safety wise. So from here, we would advise you, if you're traveling to Nigeria, make sure you provide your own vehicle that you'll be able to ride on, because the young Miss Olua Bamishe Anyowola was killed by a driver that was working for the Lagos State public transport. And I would say, if you're traveling to Nigeria, please, if you can, avoid any public transport for now. The link is working again. Like I said, there's no cause for alarm. The link is working, and that is what we're explaining here for the benefit of those of you that are listening to us from all over the world. So after putting your state of origin, all you then have to do is you click on the submit button, and the moment you click on the submit button, it takes you automatically straight to nowhere more than the back end that you will not be able to see. Like I said, good evening to those of you that are watching us from Idiroko in the southwest of Nigeria. Remember that the border was closed by the Nigerian government while the northern border was left open. These are part of the marginalization that has occurred in what we can call the Nigeria of today. So I am going to be now, going to give you, more updates of this particular website. The name of the website, again, for the benefit of our listeners and viewers from around the globe, is www.ominirayoruba2022.org. It is very easy, very accessible. Yes, there was a break of it for the last 1 hour, but you've got to remember the amount of people that are trying to access that website needed at the website needed to be upgraded. We need 5 million people to sign this petition before 1 month, so that that petition will be used for different purposes, and I'll be giving you some of the purposes that this petition will be used for in the due course at the moment. But if you've just joined us and you're wondering, where are you? It is called Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, where I come to you. So now I'm just gonna play. I think there's a video. There's a kind of a video on that particular site, which we're trying to bring to you. But again, we all must sign this petition if truly we also want to leave Nigeria in a very peaceful way. Thank you very much, Olushola Olasukomi. By this time next year, we the Yoruba should be out of Nigeria peacefully, without any worry, without any crisis. Like I said, Ominira Yoruba website is now back, as we can tell you right now, but I'm trying to get a video of the soundtrack. I might also play a bit of what Mrs. Abiola Onitiri, for the benefit of those of you that are not Yorubas, you might not understand what she's saying, but all she's saying there, she's getting a message to those that will be signing, this particular Ominira Yoruba, which is the website that has now been given to every Yoruba to go and sign. That was launched yesterday, the 8th of March 2022. And as we continue to say, we said it earlier, there was no cause for alarm. Ominira Yoruba 2022 is the site that we need now to tell the international community, to tell the world that we are not going to be participating in another election in Nigeria, as we know Nigeria is not working for millions of Nigerians. So that is about that. While we're still waiting for that to link up, let me also say to those of you that have joined us, remember, you can follow Star Radio UK from any part of the world. You can go on our website where you can easily have access to all our blogs, all our stories, all our news that are coming every part in every day, 24/7. The website for Star Radio UK hasn't changed, and I'm going to be giving you the engineer also going to be working immediately to give us this particular website as well, which is also called www.starradiouk.com, and that is Star Radio UK website where you can also have access to all our news, all our blogs, everything happening around us every Monday to Sunday, 24/7, 7 days a week. So as we are waiting for that to load up, let us remember again that it is our duty to tell somebody that is not aware, to tell somebody that doesn't know anything yet about the Ominira Yoruba, that this has now been launched, and we must do everything to continue to tell the international community what we want. What do we want? We want a new nation to be crafted out from the location, the geographical location of Nigeria, where millions of Nigerians that have already been abused, millions of Nigerians that have already gone through a lot. But at the moment, we can change the story. We can change the conversation if only we all work towards it. If only we all want to have a nation of our own. The process have now started. The work have now started. This is not the job of one person. This is the work of almost every single person to make sure that somebody is aware, somebody is told about this particular website. Again, like I said, that website is back. But for those of you that are asking the question, what next now that Chief Sunday Igboho is out? Like I said, the most important thing is, and that is the engineer have just given us, the back end of Star Radio UK website, which you are also looking at there, www.starradiouk.com, where you can also, if you'd like to sponsor this particular program, you can do so by contacting us, and we'll be giving that information to you in details. You can watch the news, you can, follow us, you can listen to the podcast, you can look at the business, what is happening in different African countries as well on Star Radio UK. So all this is the benefit of being part of the Star Radio UK family. Oluwatobi Olusha says, after the referendum, we will need more support from the international community space. That is, thank you very much. Mrs. Ojora says, you can try. Okay, yeah, the website is back. Please continue to tell somebody about it, that the website is back. There is no cause for alarm. I thought we could get an audio of one of the video. Let's see. Okay, maybe we should try that on the YouTube, where that video, I'm not sure whether the video will be able to play right now. Let me see. Okay, let's do something. Okay, I'm not sure whether the sound was coming out, but let's see if I can hear the sound from my side here. As we know, there's quite a lot of engineering that has been done when we are doing a program of this magnitude to the international community around the world. So let's see if we can actually get the background of Mrs. Abiola Onitiri that is currently speaking right now. Once again, it is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's called Star Radio UK. Every Wednesday, yeah, you can join me as well. So I'm just going to be listening to see if the sound is coming out of Mrs. Abiola Onitiri. Just bear with us. Okay, I'm not sure whether that is feeding back. So what we're going to do is we're going to try that from the another angle. Thank you very much. Mr. Stevens says we need someone. Please, Koiki, how can I be part of a security team? I would love to exercise my profession. You can get in touch with me, info@koikimedia.com, or you can reach out to me on my number. We'll see how we can do that. Dr. Benjamin said we need someone that would talk a phone or iPad with internet and go to the marketplace, churches, mosques, and get people to sign the petition. We need 5 million, and it can only be done within the next 1 month. So 1 month has already started from yesterday. It is the job of myself and you and every single one of us to make sure that we get everybody on board to come and do the needful so that we can easily get our nation. So this is what Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola, let me play that a little bit. Like I said, is in our local language for the benefit of those of you that are not Yoruba, but you can still follow it. So the link is back on. It is working. This is what Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola has to say.
Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá káàkiri àgbáyé. Mo kí ọkùnrin, mo kí obìnrin, mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí arúgbó. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa tá a gbé ní tòótọ́ àti lódodo a fẹ́ òmìnira Yorùbá ní 2022. Mo fẹ́ ká lọ sign sí 5 million signatures tá a fẹ́ ṣe. Ti Yorùbá 2022, òmìnira Yorùbá 2022, mo fẹ́ ká lọ sign sí. Ẹ lọ tí bàbá ṣe àpèjúwe, ẹ lọ sign. Ẹ má sign ní fake o. Èyí tó jẹ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa nìkan, tó ní orúkọ Ọlọ́run, tó ní orúkọ èmi Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí Abíọ́lá nú, pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn tá ṣe àwọn pàtàkì tá a jọ ń ṣe. Òun ni kẹ́ lọ ṣe o. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rí orúkọ èmi Modúpẹ́ Onítìrí Abíọ́lá, Dúpẹ́ Onítìrí Abíọ́lá nínú ẹ̀, ẹ má lọ síbẹ̀. Tí ó bá kí n ṣe site òmìnira Yorùbá 2022, Yorùbá Freedom 2022, ẹ má bá wọn débẹ̀ o. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti lọ síbẹ̀, ẹ ti rí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó máa fi jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé site òótọ́ ni kò kí ń ṣe rọ́. Ẹ má lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ẹlẹ́tàn torí àwọn ọ̀tá pọ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó wá sí ìmúṣẹ. So ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ kó wá sí ìmúṣẹ, ẹ dúró sórí òótọ́, ẹ lọ síbi tó yà ní kẹ́ lọ, ẹ lọ sign. Nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ẹ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi pé kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe máa sign. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mo sọ pé a lè ní dádúró, a ní òmìnira láì jagun, láì tẹ̀jẹ̀ sílẹ̀, láì sí wàhálà. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni right to self-determination. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni. Àbá ẹnikẹ́ni jà, àbá Hausa jà, àbá Fúlàní jà, àbá Ìgbò jà, àbá Ògbóni jà, àbá ẹnikẹ́ni jà, àbá Yorùbá ara wa kan jà. Tiwa ṣáà ní pé kí Yorùbá kó ní òmìnira ní 2022 tá a wà náà. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni. Ọlọ́run ló ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló dá wa ní ethnic nationality. Ó dá wa ní pẹ̀lú èdè kan, ìwà kan, àṣà kan, origin kan, gbogbo ẹ̀ tó dá wa. Ó dẹ̀ fi wá sí àyè tó wù ú láti fi wá sí ní àyè tá a wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tí àgbáyé mọ̀ sí south western part of Nigeria. Òun ni Yorùbá wà. A lọ bèrè ilẹ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni o. A lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá òun ni. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí everybody co respect the fact that a ní right to self-determination. A fẹ́ kí Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, everybody, the entire world, all respect right to self-determination. Our intention is láti ṣe peacefully, very, very peacefully, without violence. So, ní agbára ti Ọlọ́run, ìgbésẹ̀ ilé ó wà nínú ìgbésẹ̀ tá a máa gbé láti ṣe peacefully. Tá a bá ti sign 5 million signatures, à ń sọ fún àgbáyé ní pé à ń fi ohun wa torí ẹnu èèyàn ni wọ́n máa fi ń kọ méje. Ẹnu èèyàn náà ni wọ́n máa fi ń sọ nǹkan tó fẹ́. So ayé ò mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, a fẹ́ sọ fún ayé ni. A fẹ́ sọ fún àgbáyé lọ́kùnrin, lóbìnrin, lọ́mọdé, lágbà, lárúgbó káàkiri àgbáyé kí wọ́n gbọ́, kí wọ́n mọ̀ wípé Yorùbá sọ wípé òmìnira Yorùbá 2022 wọn láti wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Tí wọ́n bá ti gbé ohun àwa 5 million tá a sign, wọ́n ti rí pé a kò kí ń ṣe rán, pé a fẹ́ ní tòótọ́ ni. Kò dẹ́ ṣe pé èèyàn kankan fẹ́ fún èèyàn kankan lówó. ó ń láti wá láti inú wa ni ó ń láti jẹ́ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ nǹkan tó ń wá igbe nítòótọ́ àti lódodo a fẹ́ òmìnira so a ń láti ṣe voluntarily láti inú láti ọkàn wa so pé èèyàn kan fẹ́ sanwó fún èèyàn kan àbí èèyàn kan fẹ́ fún èèyàn kan lóò yẹn ò ṣẹlẹ̀ o a ń láti ṣe láti inú wa ni so ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ní kíákíá bá bá ṣe wá ṣe kó yára sí òun náà ni.
Once again, we're just about some few minutes before that video will complete.
Tá a máa fi ṣe pé a ṣe referendum ni eléyìí ò kì í ṣe referendum eléyìí ohun ni petition láti fún àgbáyé pé nítòótọ́ àmì ilẹ̀ ó dá wa lójú àfọkàn sí a ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú ẹ̀ wípé Yorùbá máa dá dúró so eléyìí ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò tá a máa fi ṣe referendum tí a máa fi dá dúró táyé máa fi mọ̀ pé yes Yorùbá dá dúró peacefully la máa ṣe and I expect interference from any.
So now let's leave that alone for now. We'd like to say thank you very much, to Mrs. Abiola Onitiri, the Mrs. Modupe Onitiri that has been speaking to us. We are now just about 13 minutes before the end of the program tonight, and we would like to continue to appreciate each and every one of the people that have so far, contributed to this particular program. As we are winding down from this part of the globe this evening, I would like to appreciate you once again. I would like to say thank you to everyone, and we hope that next week you'll be back with us again when we continue from where we stop. So remember that 5 million people is expected to sign that particular petition so that we can be able to get everything as quickly as possible to have our own nation, for those that want a Yoruba nation and those that want freedom as well. So speak to people in your workplace. If you're working, speak to people in your local community, speak to people around you, tell them that they have a petition that is now being asked for 5 million Yorubas. I'm sure we should be able to get a 5 million before the weekend, because if we are about 80 million from what we normally say all the time, there is no reason why we should not have 5 million Yorubas to tell the world that we do not want to be Nigerians anymore in a peaceful way. So we now have our last and not the least track for this evening, and that is something that I love all the time. One thing again is, are we interested to leave Nigeria, or do we still want to be part of a system that has failed millions of people? Freedom, like I said earlier, is something that we must get. Freedom is not something that is given freely. Freedom is something that we must work towards. Freedom is not free. Let's hear this. So as we are winding down, in just about 10 minutes, I'll be handing over back to the studio, where we can say that it's been a very fantastic program. The Nigerians at home must decide what they want, whether you want a Nigeria, whether you want a new nation to opt out of Nigeria, which can be done. Self-determination is not a crime. Self-determination is allowed. Self-determination is something that everyone should fight towards, so that we can be able to free ourselves from the dungeon of a country called Nigeria that hasn't worked for millions of Nigeria. Nigeria still remains the capital poverty of the world. Nigeria still remains the third when it comes to the global terrorism index. Nigeria is currently not working. Nigeria is a crime scene, and we must do everything possibly best to bring Nigeria to a standstill, but it has to be done in a peaceful manner. And that is the reason why myself and you that want the freedom out of Nigeria must do everything in our means. Once again, before we go, let me show you, as the engineer, we're going to be switching again. That is the link to www.ominirayoruba2022.org. www.ominirayoruba2022.org. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and for those of you that have been sending your greetings, your wish, I think we should be able to have a picture. Let's see if we can get the engineer to get that picture out of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. Let's see if we can have a picture of him that was released on Monday. Should we have that, for the engineer to upload? So just bear with us. I'm going to be telling you as soon as that is ready. Remember also to tell somebody that Chief Sunday Igboho, as this is free man. He has more freedom than what he had some 7 months ago. So we should not be concerned. We should not forget that he is at the moment having a quality time with his family. Let us respect that. And if we have any message for you, we will definitely be communicating that back to each and every single one of us across the globe. But for now, let us continue to pray for him. Let us continue to also pray for Professor Banji Akintoye, as is very, very important. Again, we must do everything to sign that petition. That should be the only thing that concerns those that want self-determination. But those that still believe that the PVC will solve the problem of Nigeria, we can only wish you the best of luck, because we know that the PVC that you have been using for the last 21 years, since 1999, when the first democratic government was brought in, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, that have spoken, for a very quality time to tell us that election in Nigeria is also something that the youth, has to fight towards. Obasanjo have said it again and again that there is no point. Once again, we would like to say thank you so much to each and every one of you that have joined us so far, as we continue, to say that Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is the most corrupt country in the world. As you know, that so many people do not have access to the basic quality things of life. There is no education system that is working. As I speak to those of you that are not Nigerians, most Nigerians are currently out of school, not because of their wish, because the federal government of Nigeria cannot pay the lecturers their wages, and that has made millions of Nigerians to continue to sit at home as we speak right now. So again, we're just about 6 minutes before I hand over back to the studio. We must continue to remember Adogon Fatai and the Alhaji Fatai that was killed during the invasion of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house on the 1st of July last year. That those bodies have not yet been released to us. So for those of you that are watching right now, the engineer have just bring in a what we can call the picture of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho and Professor Banji Akintoye, and likewise the Professor Adeniran, that was given to us on Monday for the benefit of those of our friends that are not from Nigerians and probably have not been able to see that picture. That is the picture, the first picture of Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, that was released by the Beninese government, Patrick Talon. We would like to appreciate Professor Wale Soyinka, the lawyer Ibrahim Salami, and so many individuals that we might not be able to mention all their names as well. But one thing is, freedom is very, very important. Freedom is not given for free. Freedom is something that we must continue to demand so that we can have a peaceful way out. Again, I'm going to be back again next week, Wednesday, when we continue with a very beautiful program again, where we say, Yoruba Nation, for those that believe in it, and those that still believe in one Nigeria, the question is, what is Nigeria to you, and what has Nigeria done to you since you have been called a Nigerian? We pray for the souls of those that have been killed in Nigeria. 62 people were killed in Kebbi State yesterday. We pray for the family of the young girl that was killed in Lagos bus transport system in Nigeria. We pray for the 13 people that were killed during the Idiakwe armed robbery. We pray for every souls that have been lost in Nigeria on a daily basis. We pray for those that have been, there was a young boy that committed suicide as well because of the ASU strike. We pray for the family as well. We pray for everyone across the world, especially the humanitarian crisis that is currently happening in Ukraine at the moment. We pray for everyone around the world. We pray for peace from this part of the globe. We pray that peace will reign in every part of the world. A very good evening to you, Mrs. Oluremi says, good evening, Star Radio UK, Olayomi Koiki and the house. Good evening to you as well. Good evening to every single one of us. May Nigeria not happen to us. May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to your family. May Nigeria not happen to you where your family do not have access to quality health care. May Nigeria not happen to you where your loved ones do not have the basic things of life. May Nigeria not happen to you while you are traveling inside the Lagos transport system in Lagos and you end up being killed. May Nigeria not happen to you when accident does happen where roads should have been fixed for the last 6 decades. May Nigeria not happen to you when millions of those politicians that are meant to be looking after the innocent Nigerians but end up using that money for their selfish gain and their own family. Good evening to you, Ibukun. Say the bodies of the two deceased must be released to their relatives by the government, and we totally believe so as well. And as we are leaving you tonight again, we couldn't have done this without each and every one of you that have joined us. What a painful death to the family of the young girl, 21 years old, that was killed in Lagos State, in the Lagos transport system. May Nigeria not happen to us. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and that is where we're going to be putting it to an end this evening. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And like I said right there, we appreciate my producer that is working tirelessly. And that is right there, the picture of Chief Sunday Adeyemo that also has been added for the benefit of those of you that are watching us. Star Radio UK is a place to be. Star Radio UK is the only place where you can get everything in terms of the latest news from Africa and from around the globe. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I will be joining them again during the morning show. But one thing we've got to remember is we are here to serve the community, and we will continue to bring the community to up to date to what is happening in Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, in Egypt, in Morocco, in Saudi Arabia. Wherever there is injustice for one, it is injustice for all. And I hand over now back to the studio where we say Udaro. Bye for now.